Hi, you guys. This is Good Deeds, and I'm Dr. Renee Sunday. I know you're having an awesome, a fabulous, a wonderful day. And the reason you having that, because guess what? You are in your purpose. I know you think that you're not in your purpose, but guess what? We do go through ups and downs. We do go through trials and tribulations. We do go through things. We just got to, what Nike told us to do, we got to just do it, right? We have to just do it. We have to make sure that we are doing what we are called to do, doing the dreams that we have inside. I know you stayed up all night, some of us, thinking about the things that we really want to do. Thinking about, when you close your eyes right now, you think about what you want to do. But guess what? You got to step out. You got to take a step for faith. You got to take a leap, and you got to do it. Let me tell you, that's what we do here at Good Deeds. We help you shine your light to the world. And what is your light? Your dream, your goals, your purpose. The reason that you were created, the reason that you're on this earth right now. We help you share that message to the world. And we do that through the radio, TV, the publishing company, our nonprofit organization, just whatever we do. We help people because it takes the village. You know, we used to hear that back in the day, but guess what? It is true. Relationships are very important. Let me tell you, I tell people all the time, collaboration is an awesome word, but guess what? It has to be involved with both sides. You just not bringing to the table, and I'm not. It actually works together. But when we work together, guess what? It's less stress. Okay, you don't want to hear that, but that's a good thing. Less pain, and I got to say this one because this is what you're looking for, less money. Because when we get together, we share all that. And guess what? That number one I said, when you actually work with somebody else, the stress, it just goes away. It's just in the pain. It's not as painful when somebody else, you can bounce things off each other. I just love my team because they make me look good with everything I do and say. We do it in a spirit of excellence. And, you know, I just love this platform that we actually have other people. We have this amazing, this fabulous young lady that actually is going to share with us. You know, the thing about this, I just love, you know, it's coming out. I just love authors, other media personalities, radio show hosts, and guess what? My new talent, you know, but with my singing, amen? So pray for me, hallelujah. But anyway, voiceover artist. We have a fabulous young lady that actually going to share with us. She's going to just share her heart. And what we always say, we want you to actually excel in life. And we don't want to delay. We want to get it going, okay? We want to make sure we welcome the Good Deeds, the awesome, the fabulous Miss Paulette-Jackson. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Hello. Thank you so much for having me on.
You're welcome. I just love her voice. I'm like, voiceover. I'm going to be listening to that voice now. But tell us a little bit more about yourself and the amazing thing. I know I only tipped the iceberg, so tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Well, I started off going to, let me start from the beginning. Music and the arts has always been a part of my life. It's in my blood, as I talk about in my book. My father, God rest his soul, was a singer. He had a beautiful tenor voice. And he sang for a long time with the Fifth Jubilee Singers. And my mother, who is no longer with us, she was a dancer, professional dancer for a very long time in younger years. And so I developed a love for music since I can talk, probably around the age of 4 or 5. I would listen to the radio and just sing my favorite songs, just sing along with the radio and the records and all that. And so since that time, I always knew that I wanted to be, first, I wanted to be a singer. That was always my first love. It still is, to be singing. But it's always had to do something to do with the arts, entertainment, and fashion. It's always what I wanted to do since the age of 5. And I later on, as a teenager, learned about Performing Arts High School here in Cleveland, Ohio, where I live, and a friend of mine was attending and told me about the school, and I thought that was just the most amazing thing for us to have a performing arts high school here in Cleveland. Did not know anything about it until my friend told me about it, and I thought, to have an opportunity to perform or to attend a performing arts high school with other people who shared my love, passion for the arts and music, that was just, I couldn't believe it. But I still had to get through the audition process. And I auditioned for the Cleveland School of the Arts as a dancer, as a dance major. And I got in. I came home one day, and my mother told me, she's like, yeah, you got into the school. She gave me the letter, and I was just beyond thrilled. And that 4 years at the Cleveland School of the Arts is the best 4 years of my life. I've developed friendships that I still have to this day, 30-plus years later, that I still have to this day. We still are involved in the arts, a lot of us, and have gone on and made careers out of our chosen majors. So that was the beginning. But even before that, I was writing lyrics, and later on teamed up with my brother, who was also a professional musician, keyboard player. He was with the Daz Band for a long time here in Cleveland, and also toured and wrote for the OJs and a lot of other people. Unfortunately, he is no longer with us. He did pass away a few years ago. But again, my love and passion for music is in the blood, and it's what I touch upon and write about in my book, The Music in Me. So that's pretty much where it got started for me.
Wow, that is so amazing. You're right. The music is in your blood. Do you remember back growing up that music was everywhere, or what can you remember from growing up? Was music, as they say, in the air?
Yeah, it really was. Music was always a part of my household, whether my mother, my father. My father loved classical, jazz music. He sang for a long time. He was asked, even after he retired, before he passed away, to tour with the Ink Spots back in the early 90s. After he had retired, he said, he had that life. He had toured Europe singing, and he had that life. And so, even though music and singing was always his first love, he got a job and had family, and so he kind of went that route. But music was he always sang. He sang on, if he went out of the country and people knew that he sang, they would ask him to sing. So singing was always a part of him, always in his blood to do, always his first love. And to your point of your question, music was always in our household, on either with the radio or the records that we had or the 8-track. Yes, I said 8-track. Yes, I said 8-track tapes. Yes, we had 8-tracks. We had 45s. We had the 33s. We had the radio. Absolutely, music was always everywhere. Even with my family, we would have little talent shows down in the basement of my cousin's house, Ron's house. Absolutely. I've always been performing in some way, shape, or form, whether it be for my family or in front of the mirror with a hairbrush. Absolutely, indeed.
I just love it. Now I have to ask this because I do remember myself the record player. I remember the 8-track and the CDs. But I got to go off topic a little bit. Do you remember, because now the millennials are getting they getting, really people are saying things left and right, and about our dress. Now, I remember us having the wide leg pants, the afro, and I can't remember those wide skirts. And guess what? They coming back as a major fashion item.
Oh, yes, absolutely. The go-go boots, they called them pedal pushers back then. They've been back. The wide skirts, the poodle skirts, the wide leg pants, and absolutely. Those are some good times. Those are some good. The fashion, back then, we thought we were just the stuff. We were sharp back then, but a lot of that, like you said, is coming back. So nothing new, just recycled.
That's the word. That's it right there. Young people, we can't. They don't understand it, but yeah.
No, they do not.
But I have to ask you this as well, because you really have that ear, if you will, for good music, and just coming into the industry. The music that my parents listened to, and even in our era, the 80s, and Car Washer and all that, that's that made, I bet. It actually told a story.
Yes.
And I think we're not giving. I know the music sounds different, and I know the kids wear different things and all this, but I really truly believe, and I would love your opinion on this. I really believe the music of today is still really telling a story, but they just use it, saying it a different way.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right about that. Absolutely right about that, Dr. Renee. Let me just say this about today's music. Now, a lot of these younger artists and just younger people in general who are listening to this music, a lot of it, they just feel like it's new. And what I love to point out to younger people, whether they're listening to the music or whether they're performing the music in some way, shape, or form, it's not new. All they're doing, a lot of these artists doing today, and it really frustrates me, I have to say, because they're not being original. All they're doing is taking songs that you and I grew up with, that our family and our parents grew up with, and all they're doing is just what we call sampling. They're not being original. All they're doing is taking either beats or a full track from another song from the past, and using it to develop or to make a song. But it's not being creative. It's not being original. And a lot of these kids that listen to this music, they think it's new until, they may listen to my show or, and hear the original song and where that came from. And so I've had to school a few people. So what you're listening to right there, let me play you the original. This is where this came from, And I guess it could be looked upon as, for the artists and the writers of the original songs that these young artists are using and sampling, I guess it could be used it could be as flattering, for the artist, for the writer. However, a lot of these artists, unfortunately, Dr. Renee, are not getting permission from these artists. And unfortunately, a lot of them have gone on. So, you're dealing with record companies, you're dealing with the states, or people who are family members or maybe attorneys who are in charge of all this music that was left behind. And you have these artists who are not gaining their permission to use this music. So then you get yourself into this whole other thing, You got lawsuits going on, you got this going on, you got that going on, because these artists are not taking responsibility and not giving credit where credit is due. So it is unfortunate. It is very unfortunate for the artists and the writers who've worked hard to create this music, and it's just, for the most part, not everybody, not all artists are doing that. Some artists are being very appreciative and paying homage to where the music came from. But it's unfortunate that a lot of these artists are not getting the recognition and not getting the pay, from these artists now who are making tremendous money off of using their music. So it's unfortunate.
Yes, it is, and I'm glad you said the point of saying that it's on both ends, because Atlanta has so much music to offer, and what I find out, just me being just on the tip, if you will, of the industry, that a lot of artists, they have that passion, they have that joy, they have that drive, and they how the Bible says, lack of knowledge, you will perish. And I think a lot of them are so excited to be on a platform that unfortunately they spend all their money, they sign the rights without reading the full contract. And but what I've seen, and hopefully it's up your way as well, that I see a lot of more of the Grammy people, I can't think of the other big one that's in Dallas, music award show right now. But what I found out what they are doing, and they've been doing it for a while, not just now, is they circling back and doing artist education.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's so important. It is so, so important. You know, and then not even with, Dr. Renee, not even with the artists now, but if you go back 50s, 60s, 70s, a lot of the artists, you know, they started as teenagers. They came out of high school singing or playing, and, you know, you had Motown, you had Stax Records, you know, and you can be doing a talent show or somebody will hear you outside singing with your friends in a little group. You know how they used to form back then, and they were so excited about someone from a major record label, a representative from a record label, hearing them and saying, "Yeah, we want to do this, we want to record you," and you hear your song on the radio, you just get excited, especially as a teenager. It's like, oh, you know, I never thought this could happen, and you don't look at the bigger picture. You're not looking at the business side. And because this is a business, the music business, the entertainment business, as you know, is a business. But for artists that just want to sing and express themselves and write, that's the main focus. It's like, okay, I want to hear my song on the radio. I want to sign that contract, but they don't look at it. They trust the people who are giving them these contracts. They're trusting the people who want to record them in the studios. They're trusting these people who want to dress them, do their wardrobe. They're trusting these people. But all the while, you have this contract over here with this fine line that a lot of artists, even back then, did not read, did not have lawyers read, or they did have lawyers read but told them, okay, well, yeah, well, you don't need to worry about that. This is all you need to do right here. Just sign. You know, and they're so excited. It's like, oh, yeah, great. Until down the line, you're doing all these tours, you're doing all these, you know, appearances, you're doing recording, but there's no money to be shown for it. You know, and I'm so glad, to come back to your point, I'm so glad that artists, music, entertainment education is coming back and needs to be in full force to a lot of, especially these young artists that are coming up that want to do this for a living. Art education music education is very, very important. Learn the business. Learn the business. It's very important.
Wow. And bringing this full circle, ladies and gentlemen, is you have so much of that in your awesome publication that really, I mean, because that's what we need to know. We need to, you know, how they used to say, what stay in the house and stay in the house, and what happened in Las Vegas. But we can't do that because people have really have I'll just be honest, have lost their lives. They really have been hurt with that. And so tell us a little bit more, but you know how I am, ladies and gentlemen. We got to give you the link so you can buy the book. What inspired you? Because I love to ask that of artists, you know, people that artists, and then now you bringing that to the forefront in a publication. What inspired you to actually put all this knowledge and all this information that can help us in a printed version?
Well, my vision for my book, which I'll just tell you, Dr. Renee, I never thought, because I always wrote poems, I always wrote lyrics, but I never thought of putting them in book form. And a friend of mine who wrote his own book is really the person who kind of got my juices stirring again to writing, but not writing lyrics and poems so much, but to write about my love and passion for music. And so that would kind of jolted me to do this. And I looked at his book, and I read his book, and I just looked at it. I was like, you know, this is someone that's close to me. He's doing it. Why can't I do it? Why can't I put my feelings and my passion and my love for the music and the arts in book form to inspire and hopefully to help someone else? And so that's really where my inspiration came from, to finally just sit down and write The Music in Me, which is the title of the book. And it just explains my love, my passion for the arts and music, and where that all started for me. But I also wanted the book not only to give people better insight to me, my close friends get a bit better insight to me, but I made the book as such that there was inspirational quotes in between the chapters of the book. And I also made it kind of like a journal. So not only are you reading the book, not only are you getting insight, okay, you're saying, okay, here's this lady right here. She's been through this. She's been through that. She's older now, up in age. She has grown children, and she's written a book. She has her own show. She's doing other things at this time in her life. Maybe people are saying, no matter what their passions are, maybe they're thinking they can't do it. Maybe they're thinking it's too late. And my hope and my prayer is that this book serves as inspiration, serves as their own personal journal to say, you know what, Paulette-Jackson, she did all this other stuff. She lived her life. She had life happen to her, but she still did not lose her sight and her vision and her passion for her love since day one, which was always music and the arts. She turned it around. She lived her life. Children are grown, and she is back in full circle to where she started, and that's music and the arts. And maybe that can happen for me. Now, it doesn't have to be music and the arts. I'm hoping that this book inspires anyone that has a passion or a dream that thinks it's too late. It is not, because if I can do it with everything that I have endured, then they can do it too. And I pray that this book is served. So that's where the inspiration came from. For me to first, for me to get my feelings out in book form about my love and passion for music, and for it to inspire not only my children, but for anybody, man, woman, child, it doesn't matter. For anybody who is thinking that it is too late, it is not. So I hope that this book serves as an inspiration and a journal, personal journal for everyone.
That's powerful, because so much that people, unfortunately, it's so many distractions from every north, south, east, and west. But to have it, and you said it, that's amazing. You said it from the things you've been through. Because now I can look back and see all the things that my parents said and the older people around me that as I was growing up, that they were on it. They just didn't want me to go through those trials and tribulations.
Right.
They wanted to give me information. And I think the millennials, this is what I feel inside. They know that inside, but that environment. So if I can have a tangible thing on my phone, which we love technology, and I can, or if some millennials still like to turn the pages of the book, that we can actually see that, and then we say, wait a minute. Now, I know they probably heard this somewhere in church or even on TV. If he did it once, he did it again. If not, Ty Tribbett made it for everybody else to remember.
Yes.
And that actually let somebody know, because one thing I really treasure with testimony, and then many other people as well, that makes you feel that, one, you're not alone. Now, that's enough for a person to get out of bed and put some clothes on and go outside. But then you give us step-by-step process of what we can do by giving us motivational tips, and then whatever I'm thinking about at that particular time, I can write it down. Girl, you got it.
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely.
You're going to let me say an amen on that one.
Amen. Yes.
Wow. I love it. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's a great way. That's a hit for somebody that's writing a book right now. We did something similar to that in our Manifestations Now book. So I love it, because we have so much bundle inside. We have to write it down and make it plain. We know that, right? And that actually helps you out. So,
absolutely.
Now, we cannot get off this broadcast. You know that. I got to bring him in because, I love to talk to fellow radio talk show hosts and fellow media personalities. Tell us about the platforms that you have on the airwaves.
Okay. Well, my show, the Classic Soul Music Café, my format is classic R&B and smooth jazz. I do not play any rap on my show. yeah, it's from the 60s, 70s, 80s classic R&B, and you'll hear some smooth jazz as well. I am very, very open to independent jazz artists. I have had a lot of jazz artists submit music to me, and yeah, I am very, very open on that respect for jazz artists who are independent that want to showcase their music. I do not mind playing it on my show. If I feel it's, it's good music, I hear it, I listen to it, and now, if I like it, I'll play it on the show. And so, but yeah, primarily though, the show is classic R&B, 60s, or I should say 50s to the 80s. Classic R&B, absolutely. Wow. Yes, absolutely. And my station as well. My station as well, but along the same lines as my show.
Wow,
absolutely.
I love that. So
yes.
we can hear the real music and shit.
Yes, yes. Yes, yes.
Oh, wow,
yes.
I love it. I think I do know some independent jazz and blues artists here in Atlanta. I have to connect you with. And it's so funny. The younger people are really getting into the older music.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I encourage artists, whether it's jazz or soul or neo soul. I encourage artists to please, please, please do your homework when it comes to music. Go back to the 50s, go back to the 60s, go back to the 70s, and listen to these artists. Listen to their music and really, really listen to it and understand the passion and because to me, now a lot of these artists don't have that passion that artists back then had when they're out their music. You can tell it in their singing. You could tell it in their playing. Is that's what they love. That's what their passion is. That's what they want to sing about. That's what they want to play about. And all of that comes through the music. And I encourage artists now to go back and listen to those records. Go back to find that music of the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and some 80s or 80s R&B too. To go back and really do their homework and really listen to these artists, and have not to copy these artists, but to get ideas or your own ideas, bring your own self out in your own music, but go back to where it started, go back to where it came from.
I love it. I love it. And the thing that you just said, something so powerful. Because I've had people say, well, you always have a radio host and media personnel on your show, and I interview them. But my thing is, I tell people, and I'm not boasting in what I'm saying, when I interview someone, this will be this going to be the best interview they ever had, because I bring my personality to it.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Because when you interview with Miss Paulette, that's going to be the best interview you ever had, because she's going to bring her personality to that. And I've had people come back and say, well, Dr. Sutton, I was on another show. They made me feel so bad. But the thing is, you got to bring that presence with you to represent yourself, regardless if you in the White House or you on the street or wherever you are. You have to represent yourself. And that goes back to what you were saying. Oh, wow, that's so powerful, with the passion inside. If that passion has been stirred up, nobody can tell you anything different.
Absolutely not. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. Yes, absolutely.
Well, we're going to this conversation go on and on, because I love your spirit. A couple of things, please, for us. If we've missed anything, please address that. If you have any things that, just burning in your spirit that we need to know, the audience needs to know, so we can actually, ignite that music inside of us. Because everybody got some, a music, a burning, a passion inside. And then please follow that up with how we can purchase your products and services, how we can actually support you in the things that you do, and, of course, how we can support you on social media as well.
Okay. Well, what I want to say first to everyone, again, for anybody that has any type of passion or dream, it's not too late. Do your research, do your homework, network with other people who are doing what you want to be doing. whether it be on social media. Social media can be used for good. It doesn't always have to be negative. Use social media to connect, especially LinkedIn and places like that. Use that platform to connect with people who are doing what you want to do. It doesn't matter what it is. You will find whatever it is you want to do, whatever your passions are, whatever your dreams are, believe in. You will find those type of people to connect with, and I encourage that. Please do your homework. Please research or whatever it is that you want to do. But please do not give up. It's going to be hard. It is not going to be easy. I'm not going to sit up here and tell anybody it's easy. It was not easy for me. It will not be easy. However, if you don't do it, that's when the regret is going to set in. You're going to sit around 5 years from now. It's like, oh, I wish that I had did this. I wish I had done that. Do it now. Pray or whatever you need to do. Talk to your closest friends, whatever you need to do, but just do it. I don't want you to be sitting back a year or 2 or 3 years from now regretting that you did not take the jump. So I encourage everyone, please, whatever your passion and dream are, it's not too late. Do it now. Do your research. Connect with people. It is not too late. And hopefully my book, The Music in Me, will be an inspiration to all of you. And if anyone is interested in this book, you can go right to my website, www.msmusic1.com, and that's msmusic1.com. And this, you'll find the tab on the website that says Purchase Book. And also the book is available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, I'm happy to say, as well. You guys can reach out to me via email, msmusicsvoice@yahoo.com, ms.musicsvoice@yahoo.com, to reach out to me to ask me any questions that you want to ask about the book or anything like that. I am also on LinkedIn, paulette-jackson under LinkedIn. I'm also on Facebook. My Facebook page, Ms. Music Voice, is out there. I'm also on Twitter, @Music's Voice, and Instagram, Ms. Music's Voice. I know that was a lot.
Well, no, that actually is a teaching tool there. You have to kind of have yourself out there, because you never know who actually going to spot you, and they actually want to be, part of your tribe. They want to book you for things, and they want to get your products and services. So, no, we actually also, Paulette, will have your information on our social media platforms, and also, of course, on our website. So if anybody missed it, we got it for you.
Excellent. And I did, Dr. Renee, I did want to say one thing that I did miss, that my show, the Classic Soul Music Café, is on 8 times a week on various stations. And so if you want to have information, I always post about that as well on my Facebook page and everything. So, again, that's Ms. Music Voice, my Facebook page. I'm always posting every week about the shows. And, again, if you have any questions about days and times, feel free to reach out to me via my website or email, as I've just given. And also I've just launched not too long ago, about a couple of months ago or so, my own station. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask me that too at scorpradionetwork.com.
Woo! Well, thank you so much. Oh, God, that's just so amazing. Well, first of all, thank you for being in your purpose, because that's always the ultimate thing.
Thank you so much.
And then we thank you so much for being a guest here on Good Deeds. If you need assistance from us or myself personally for anything, please don't hesitate to contact us.
I thank you so much. This has been such an honor for me. It truly has. I am so appreciative, Dr. Renee, for you even asking me to be on the show to interview me. It has been an honor and a privilege. I thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to do so. I truly do.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you. Woo, ladies and gentlemen, I know this is another one. Oh, wow. We will have a replay up real quick, because I know you want to go back and get some information. As I said, we do have the information on our social media and also on our website. If you want any information about us meaning the radio, the TV show, me speaking, the speaking platforms we have. Also, the radio show, we're actually, if you want to have your own radio show, we can actually help you with that. If you actually want to be part of our Good Deeds Media Network, we can talk to you about that. But the key is in everything we do, as I said earlier, is to help you shine your light to the world. And that's your message. The thing that's burning inside, that dream, that goal needs to get out. And our website is www.renee, which is RENEE, Sunday, SUNDAY.com. You know, we just appreciate you being here. We thank you for your support. We thank you for Miss Paulette. She just really gave y'all some real talk. So we just thank you so much for that. But ladies and gentlemen, always remember, as I always say, always remember that you do have a calling. You do have, one, a reason you were born. You have a reason that you're here right now. Do the three things I always say. You have to believe, you got to trust, and you got to walk it out. You have to, I know you're saying it with me, don't stop, get it. You know, I love you. We'll see you next time. We know we love you. I'm just so excited. You know what? This is Good Deeds, and I'm Dr. Renee Sunday. See you next time. Bye-bye.